Yeah, all these different books, like we said, to understand what they call Moorish history, what they erroneously call black history.
Yeah.
Is world history, and they go hand in hand together. So law and history go together too.
No doubt.
And some books to have in your collection is, documents of American history. When people think about Moors, the little bit that they have learned, they think about in Spain. But what they don't understand is Moors were worldwide.
Yeah.
All over the place, even on this place. Do some research on the Olmecs. The origins of English words. Encyclopedia of letters. How to, format certain letters. Encyclopedia of medical dictionary. I got just books on everything, man. This is a dictionary of early Christian biography. Another dictionary of ancient deities.
What's the name of this book again?
Dictionary of ancient deities.
Ancient deities.
Bobby Hemmett. I learned about this book from Bobby Hemmett.
Okay.
He referenced this book. And basically it's just talking about all of the deities or gods or goddesses that people have worshipped throughout history.
Order? Oh man, that's deep.
And like I said,
that's deep.
These are gods. The name. Look at this.
In alphabetical order.
And like I said, Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha, Krishna are just names.
Yeah.
In this book.
Yeah.
So this book consists of names and gods that people have forgotten about.
Yeah.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
And something else to think about is those gods all represent the same thing for the most part. But people don't understand the science behind that.
Good. That's what I'm talking about.
This right here.
Yeah.
The history of the U.S. Marine Corps.
What's this book about? It's
about the Marines, over here in the United States and who they fought historically. And it's talking about all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's going into detail.
Okay.
What's this right here? I'm not even sure. I got a lot of books I haven't even looked at. You can go to hit up your Goodwills and stuff like that and find a lot of good books for cheap.
Yes.
I got a lot of books in regards to history down here. This one right here, Complete History of the World. This one right here, 1776. This one is the founding of the United States. The history of America. This one right here, what's that? George Catlin and the Old Frontier. It's basically going into how the settlers, when they was over here, how they were looking for gold and all that type of stuff.
So why don't they speak about, like, you see a lot of people on YouTube that don't necessarily speak on these topics when it in regards to our race. It seems like they speak on other things versus what you've mentioned, and that's kind of confusing to some people. Can you kind of like elaborate?
Well, I guess that's kind of going against the grain of the history that everybody's taught, and they're not familiar with Africans or Moors being on this land first.
Yeah.
They going by the slave story. We came over on a ship, but that's a topic for another time, right there. If you do some, like I said, if you get the right books and you read and you know what to look for, the names that so-called black people have been labeled. If you blacks, Africans, Saracens, Moors, Blackamoors, they change our name throughout history. So if you know the names to look for, you can kind of identify who we are and where we were throughout the world.
I got you.
On every continent.
Let me ask you this. That was good the way you elaborated on that. Something's catching my eye where it says Holy Bible, and I see the Masonic compass and square.
Okay.
The symbol that they use within masonry. Can you elaborate on that a little? On that book?
Well, this Bible is no different than your average King James Bible. It's just that within secret societies or Masonic lodges, they're taught to look at the holy books different than the average person. There are certain keys and codes that if you are given those keys and codes, you can unlock certain messages and know how to read and interpret these books correctly.
I got you.
And it all ties into astrology, cosmology, and what people believe God's to be or whatever like
I
that.
got you.
So there's a science to this book and a message
Okay, I got you.
that the average person really doesn't understand until they're given the keys.
Okay, and I see you got your Black Law Dictionary. That's what I'm talking about.
4th edition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
what
I
I'm
got
talking about.
what's this? Oxford.
Oh, yeah, okay,
American.
yeah. Your American Heritage
Yeah.
Dictionary. Now, oh yeah, that's most definitely when you want to deal with semantics and linguistics and.
Right. So you always want to look up words you're not familiar with while you read and researching.
Now, one thing about the people that say that they are educated, and I don't normally really see people with this amount of books. So, what are they speaking about when they say that they are educated? Because I mean, these are a lot of books, bro. Like I'm looking at these books, and I've never seen any books like this in school. I've never seen any books. I mean, it's a lot of books.
When people speak about education, often interpreted as indoctrination. And education is free.
Yeah.
Information. You can go to your local library or get online these days. You know, you got more information in your phone than any library on earth. You access to anything you want to see.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you spent your time wisely and looking up real information, you can learn all of this on your own.
I agree.
You know? So
I agree.
there's a difference between real information, education, and indoctrination.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. And I see, man, you've been really doing your studies, and I see you really on your thing. Could you explain this one more time to the people? I got a better angle this time as far as what's going on right here.
This is basically an altar that I have set up to pay homage and respect to the ancestors. You know, and it's symbolic of the 4 elements. And the 4 elements are earth, air, fire, and water. And that's basically what that is, man.
Could you point it out so they can see it?
Earth element, fire, no, I'm sorry, air. Feathers and incense on the inside represent the element of air. I got feathers on the side and the top. The pine cone here represents the pineal gland. In between your 2 eyes on your forehead, you have what they call a third eye.
Yeah.
And the pineal gland actually looks like a pine cone.
Is that in any relation to the eye that's on the pyramid on the back of the Federal Reserve note? Like that symbol?
Oh yeah, basically yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's the eye to the I don't want to get too deep on it.
Okay.
But it's basically the eye to having insight into higher consciousness.
Yeah.
The metaphysical.
Okay. I got you.
So this is the fire element, and you got water.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. People don't do things like this these days in a mass collection, so that's why I thought I wanted to get something like this on film to kind of show that there's a lot of brothers out here that's actually positive and study and read and do what they have to do to support their families in a positive manner. I had to get this right here. It's Islam. I know some people say Islam is a religion mainly, but we deal with the science of Islam, so that's why I'm posting this. And for those that are actually interested, they will read this. Peace.